This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with, dare I say, a Renaissance man. He's an abstract expressionist. He's a creative. He's a true artist, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only DEX. But before we get to our interview, here is a sneak peek at DEX's original song, Worst Love. Well, hello, Dex. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Are you okay?
Dex, I'm doing so much better now that we're finally talking, Mr. 2020 Artfolio Award winner. You are an incredible artist. You have the ability, Dex, to not only write songs, one of which we just heard a little bit of, but I love the fact that you are able to, within one single vessel, able to combine and correlate and beautifully create tapestry of painting, music, writing, photography, digital art. I guess my first question is, were you always inspired by all forms of art? And if you could pinpoint it to one or two experiences in childhood where your love of art was ignited, could you?
So with DVEC, that's a joint project with Eunice Canaves. She writes the words, I create all the music, and so that, I don't want her to, sort of end up talking to me for the first time. So with my childhood, I would say we grew up in a quite strange hippie household. No TV. It was just a wall of books and music. And so all the time, my life was always trying to, probably imagine the visual, because I wasn't seeing it. So, I was listening to radio shows where they were sort of playing Lord of the Rings and, and things like that. So I was letting my imagination run wild. So I think that probably was the first point where I started thinking about, well, what else is that? And what else can it be? And start imagining how things can be different.
Well, and thank goodness you had that opportunity, because your imagination is vast and it's beautiful. Even just looking at the piece of art behind you, you were telling me a little bit off camera. Well, tell the audience about the piece behind you.
So the piece was originally a painting, and as I was working on the painting, and that painting came from a book by Alvin Toffler, he was talking about the rapidity of change in the 1970s, about how people aren't going to be able to put up with how change is going to be happening so quick. And so I came up with that idea, for that painting. And then as I was finishing it, it was like, well, I've got more to say with this. There's way more that's there. So I'd been taking shots of water, and water is obviously, it's change, it's constant change. It never is the same. So I'd started thinking about how I could do something, transform it. So I thought, well, I could take photographs of a painting and reconstruct it and deconstruct it and make something visual, digital. So that's where that came from.
That's incredible. Well, listen, Dex, I'm so excited you're coming on board this amazing new social media app, FENIX360. I've been able to speak with over 1,200 artists all over the world. all different disciplines, from digital artists to singer-songwriters to bands to photographers to composers to calligraphers, you name it. But I feel like you do everything. So Dex, but what I also love about FENIX is that they're dipping into the crypto world and NFTs. But talk to me a little bit about, what excites you about this new wave of the whole crypto world and how that is able to, how you as an artist are able to benefit.
So yeah, I've been binge watching all the 360 videos from YouTube, and there's some incredible artists and musicians that you've signed up already. It is incredible. And for me, with the NFT world, it's still so new. I think that the world is still looking at it like not knowing what to make of it. It's still sort of this strange thing.
It's a weird concept. How I describe it to people, Dex, and I don't know if this is a good analogy, but I remember in the early 90s as a young chap myself, everyone was so confused how you could email someone. Where does it go once you send it? Where does it, it's not tangible. Where you send it, how does it get from? So that's the only thing in my recent memory that I can, when I'm speaking with people about crypto and NFTs, it's like an intangible thing.
I mean, for me, it's that change when digital art came along and everyone went, well, how's that created? Well, you're doing it with computers. But that's not art then. And, and I think there's still that thing where they're going, but that's not real because it's NFT. And people haven't fully, welcomed themselves into the meta world, this new strange world where, we're all going to be living a lot more in, because travel is going to become so much more expensive and expensive to the planet itself. We are going to kill the planet. So, we are going to be meeting more within a meta world. We're going to spend more time in it. So why not decorate your little world that you're creating with all these works of arts that you can own yourself? And I think that is quite incredible, even down to the piece of music that you can own, no one else owns, and there's these unique little things that you can do. And the relationship that, the buyer can then form with the artist it's quite unique. It's missing out that sort of middle gallery, or there's a straight road straight from you to the person buying.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Dex, this has been on the CEO's mind when they began FENIX360, taking out that middleman and allowing the artists to take that ownership and stepping into their power, providing a safe space for artists to step into their power, to not only own their art, but to connect directly with the buyer, the fan. And this is why I'm involved, my friend, because everyone's heart is in the right place. It's an incredible app. The changes that they've made to it already within the year I've been involved, based upon mainly artist suggestions, artist feedback. Wow. How does it serve each of these artists and who are in part of each of these different disciplines? And the fact that you have your hand, Dex, in so many, it's such an amazing thing. And listen, I could speak with you forever. I want to let everyone know, for more on the amazing Dex, you can read more about him right below this video. Dex, I'm so happy that we are now connected.
Awesome. That is amazing.